Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is James Manser coming to you from Victor One. If you'll remember, we're trying to create again a culture of comedy in America, and especially this jokes that I have today, like the one that we did last time, is for kids. And like last time, I'm going to sing a song first. One of the songs my dad used to sing to us. It goes like this. I woke up this morning and looked upon the wall. The cooties and the bedbugs was having a game of ball. The score was 6-0. The cooties were ahead. The bedbugs hit a home run and knocked me out of bed. I went downstairs for breakfast. The toast was hard as rock. The coffee tastes like tobacco juice, and a weenie turned to flip-flop and landed in my beans. Okay, guys. This is my Silly Billy joke. I've only found 3 Silly Billy jokes in all the whole world, and this is the last one that I have, and it goes like this. Why did Silly Billy throw his alarm clock out the window?
Why?
'Cause he wanted to see time fly. What is a duck's favorite food?
I don't know.
Quackers. Next joke is a knock knock. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo!
Boo-hoo.
Don't cry, it's only a joke. The next joke is the Koala Club joke, and it goes like this. One day there was 2 bears, and they were best friends. They liked to do things together, and one day they were out hanging around, and the koala bear says, "Hey, why don't we go to the Koala Club?" And the black bear says, "That sounds like a great idea. I've never been." And so off they go to the Koala Club. When they get there, the koala bear steps up, and there's a man. He's checking everybody's ID to be sure they're old enough to go in. So he hands him his card, and the man looks at him and says, "Oh, you can go on in." And so the black bear steps up. He hands him his card, and the man looks at him and says, "I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to let you go in." And the black bear says, "Well, wait a minute. That was my friend that just went ahead of me. I came with him." And the man looked at him and says, "But sir, I'm afraid I'm just not going to be able to let you go in." He says, "But why not? Why not?" And the man at the door said, "Because you're not qualified." Joke number 5. What are caterpillars most afraid of?
I don't know. What?
Dogapillars. What do you call a gorilla who is smart enough to make pottery?
I don't know.
A Harry Potter. This is my next to the last joke. This is a joke. It's a story, really, about a pink, purple, and blue gorilla. And one time up in Seattle, there was a young reporter guy. He was really going to school to learn how to be a reporter, and he heard this story that everybody was talking about. There was out on the island beyond the bay, there was a group of people from an Eastern religion, and they had a monastery. And people were saying, hey, they didn't know much about it, and they were hearing things like, they heard that they had a pink, purple, and blue gorilla. And so this guy's saying, man, I got to get this story. So he gets and rents a boat, and he goes out to the island. He gets there, and he can already see that the people are coming down from the temple because they saw him coming in the boat. And he steps up, and he talks to the priest from the temple, and he says, listen, I've been hearing these stories about the pink, purple, and blue gorilla, and a lot of people are wondering about that, and I've come out here to get the story so we can get a clear understanding of what's really going on. And so the priest says, you know, I think you guys are right. It's about time that we tell everybody what's really going on with that. Why don't y'all come with me and I'll show you. So they go up to the temple, and then they go behind the altar, and they start going down and going down and going down until they're down underneath, and it's kind of dark down there. It's a great big room, and across the room he can see this big cage, and there's some kind of big form that he can see in there is moving around, and he's getting closer, and then he starts seeing it really is a gorilla, and he gets closer and he says, wow, he really is pink, purple, and blue. And the priest said to him, he said, listen, now I want you to understand, this gorilla's, he's very good with me. I can feed him and talk to him and play with him, and it's all good, but nobody else can touch him. So whatever you do, we're gonna have a good time, but nobody can touch him. And so the report says, that sounds good. So they spend a good 20-30 minutes there. They're having a great time, and at some point the reporter gets so relaxed with the whole atmosphere, he just felt like he could reach out and touch him. So he did, and the gorilla, he just immediately just becomes very animated and starts tearing the cage apart, and the priest says to him, you better run, you'd better run. And so he takes off running as fast as he can. He's yelling to the guy in the boat, get the boat ready, get the boat ready. And so he jumps in the boat. They start taking off across the bay, and the gorilla is right behind him. He dives in the water. He's swimming as fast as he can to catch the boat, but they're ahead of him. He gets to the other side and gets in his Jeep, and he drives all the way up to the top of where they lived on the ridge up above the city, and he gets in the house and he locks the door behind him, and he starts running upstairs, and he gets into the bedroom and locks the door behind him, and he can hear the gorilla crashing through the doors, and he's all the way up at the bank against the wall to get away from it, and the gorilla comes up to him, and he reaches out and he touches him, and he says, you're it. I hope you like my joke. One last joke. If this doesn't get it, there's no hope. Why are vampires so easy to trick?
I don't know. Why?
'Cause they're a bunch of suckers. Guys, that's all the jokes I have for you today on YouTube. Thank you so much.